Well, it's March 19th, 2025. We're going to go into the hive, but it's not looking good. I don't know what's going on. It's 72 degrees right now, and there's no bees out. We had a 65-degree day last week, or maybe I forget. It was either last week or a couple of weeks ago, and we had a lot of activity, a lot of bees flying. Then about 4 or 6 days ago, we had another 65-degree day. They weren't really flying, but I went in real quick to check their food stores, and they still had plenty of honey. And but half the hive was dead. Half the hive was dead, and they had died on frames with honey. So I cleaned them all out, and then I moved the I had like unused honey, like 4 or 5 frames of unused honey. I moved towards the cluster. The cluster was up here, closer to the entrance. I didn't take those frames out. I only took the honey frames out and rearranged them. So now I'm going to go back in. I think I don't know. It doesn't look good. I think they might have all perished because there's no activity. Nothing. So we'll take a quick look, see what happened. But the hive was weak. They did make it through winter. We had, a lot of activity out here when it did warm up. But it's 72, 73 degrees right now and nothing. So we'll take a quick peek. Right now, our willows are blooming. Pussy willow trees are blooming, and our white poplar are blooming. And there are some flowers coming out of the ground, like people that had crocuses and whatnot. But this hive doesn't look alive anymore. I didn't even bring the smoker. I didn't even light the smoker because I was out here earlier. And well, I hear something. I just came back from my mentor's apiary, about 5 miles from here, and her bees are out in full force. They're all over the place. Unless it's flies out there. Now, when I opened it up the other day, and the reason I didn't film when I first went in for the first time during the year is because it was really windy. I mean, the wind was like crazy. And I didn't want to waste no time, talking and explaining, but the first 4 frames were full of honey, untouched. I think it was either these 2 frames or these 3 frames have honey, but they had dead bees on them. So I just brushed them off. The cluster was up here on these frames. I didn't take them out. I just kind of slid them. But I don't know why the bees ain't flying. If they're alive in here, fool me. Like I said, 73, it's probably 75 degrees right now. But that had honey on it, still got honey on it. But there was a bunch of dead bees on this frame. Brushed them off. So I moved the less honey frames back. So it was these 2 frames. that had dead bees on them. These frames here are still full of honey. That's honey, that's honey, that's honey. This one here I left, this one had bees on it. Doesn't have as much honey. You see there's dead bees. So they're dead. And it's from starvation because they got some of their butts are sticking out. They had honey over here. I mean, we've had back down to the 20s after these warm days, but we haven't had any hard cold, so I don't know why they didn't just continue over. I mean, it wasn't like we're in a deep freeze. There's a honeybee that just flew up at me. All right, there's live bees on that frame there. I wonder if there's brood in, I don't know. Like I said, they're about 75 degrees. Might have to go get the smoker. There's not a lot of bees. There's some bees here. Cluster's about the size. Let's see what's on this next one. Well, I guess they're not dead. I don't have the smoker, and I want to get the smoker. So I really would like to see if I could find the queen. I mean, we're about 75 degrees. I don't see any brood. Looks like they're eating honey. This is honey, this is honey. So I'm going to close it up and go get the smoker and light the smoker up and take a better look. Get a better look in there. I don't want to go any further. There are bees, but I don't know why they're not coming out of there. What the hell? It was a lot cooler the last time they were out, and they were all over the place. Let me go get the smoker. Okay, I got the smoker lit. All right, let's go back in and see what's going on because I don't know why they're not flying. The entrance ain't blocked or nothing. So today is 70, we're going to be probably close to 80 degrees by 4 o'clock. And then tomorrow we got rain coming in and temperatures are going to start to drop. On Friday, temperatures are going to plummet. We're going into a deep freeze again. And as far as I can see for the next 2 weeks, there is not going to be any time to come into the beehive because we're talking cold, wet, snow, and I looked all the way into the first week of April, and I don't see anything above 40 degrees for our area. What a shame. Everything's starting to bloom now. I mean, our maples haven't started, but they're about to start. So we have some bees on this little corner here. And I want to add a pollen patty since they're going to be cooped up for the next 2 weeks. I was thinking about putting a pollen patty in. This frame here, full of honey. I wonder if the queen is on that frame because it seems to be that's where the most of the bees are. I don't see any brood or nothing. Look at all that honey. When I installed this nuke last spring, I had a marked queen, but I haven't seen her. I don't know if she got replaced. I don't know what the deal is. I do know all the bees are up front here, like they're up in that corner, this corner. This last frame is filled with honey. This one here. Imagine the queen this time of the year will be smaller. Yeah, and that's it. There's no bees on this frame. It's all honey. Well, they weren't short on any honey, that's for sure. I'm going to do, though, if there is a queen in here, man, there's a lot of dead bees down there. Try to get them off of that frame. All dead bees. Lots of them. And they're wet. Need a vacuum. Those bees are soaked. Probably a good idea just to get them all out as much as I can. There's not a lot of bees in here still going, so I don't know. I don't even know if there's even a queen in here. There's no brood, there's no nothing. I mean, it's still a little early, but you'd think they would start. I mean, they've still got plenty of honey, lots and lots of honey. Well, this has got to help them out, getting all these guys out. What I'm going to do is take one of these frames here that are not much in it. Still got some honey. I don't like that one. A wonky comb there. Still some honey there, but there's open cells. There's also bees stuck in the cells. Pretty sure these guys will clean it out. Put this up here. Just don't know where to put the pollen patty. I'm just going to put it on a frame, drop it in, but big congregation down here in the corner of the wall. I bet that might be where the queen is. I mean, they're just covering that wall up. Be very careful here. Or if that's where the queen is. They're like half on the frame, but they're like all like doing a circle on the wall. That might be where she ran to. I just want to slide this up. I gotta put a pollen patty in here. got to go put it together. If I move that frame, here, let me show you guys this. Maybe you guys can get a better look. You tell me if you think maybe the queen's down in here with the way they're acting. You probably can't, probably the lighting's off, but they're right down there on the wall. They're all going on the wall in circles. It might be where the queen is. They're not on the frame. They're on the wall, but then maybe it's because of the heat. I don't know. I haven't seen the queen yet, but look what this guy's doing. They're not really defensive. I bet that might be where the queen is. Because when I took this frame, there was nothing on it. All the bees were up here. All the bees were up here. Now they're going back on where that honey is. But I think I'm going to get my pollen patty. Put a pollen patty in there for them. Because they are definitely not going to be coming out to do anything here after today. Okay, I don't know if this is going to hurt them or help them. Well, I got a pollen patty here. I just took some chicken wire, stapled it on one side of the Lane's frame, put the pollen patty in there, stapled this side, and I'm going to put it in there for them. They said it's March 19th, March 20th. Things are blooming. I mean, right now the bees can come out. That tree right there, that white poplar is in bloom. So they've got it available. They know where to look. And behind the cameras, pussy willows that are in bloom too. So I'm going to put this in there. It's not, it's just a little patty, but I was told to leave the paper on. And I'm going to put it in like that. So this is up towards the front where it gets the most heat, the sun. It seems like the bees seem to be up here all the time on the frames. I'm going to put this in between. Before I disturbed the hive, they were on just 3 frames. They're all up here, so for some reason they all pushed back when I was in here, so I'm going to have to get them go this way. See if they came off that wall there. I think the queen might be there, but my smoker's still going. They're in a ball. So I'm going to put that. So I got 1, 2, 3. This one's pretty much empty. This is the closest one to the entrance. Because in Elaine's hive, they usually start their brood near the entrance, and their honey reserves are usually back. But if you were with me last fall, this hive was honey bound. So, and it was loaded with bees. See all the dead bees I took out. So I'm going to put this down here for you guys. Hopefully you don't go building comb. Well, you can't now anyway. And I'll come back the next time we have I got to be really careful here because I think the queen is on the freaking wall. That big cluster. Slide this over. Get them to go over. I think I see the queen. I'm not sure if that was her or not. It's running. I'm not going to play around. I mean, I don't know if that was the queen. I don't know. It's hard to see. It's dark, but I thought that bee was awful longer than the other. I cannot confirm if I did see the queen. I would imagine she's alive in here. I mean, all these bees are still going. I mean, there's not many bees. Remember when we started to open up this hive? We thought they were dead. Because there's no activity outside. And it doesn't look straight. Looks a little crooked, but all right. Put the divider board back in. Put my insulation back on. I'm going to leave the insulation on until we get into May, probably. They're going to need it. I got plenty of plenty of honey. I got a ton of food. Hello. No, you don't want to be on this side. I'm closing it up. Closing it up. I'll show you those dead bees here in a second. You guys got a good view of that, me taking them out of there, but this will be it because not going to be opening anything up here for quite a while yet. So plenty of honey. Population's not where it should be, that's for sure. It's a weak hive. It's my only hive. Oh, I imagine the queen has to be alive in there. I don't think these guys, I don't know. I don't know. There's nothing, there's no brood, no egg, nothing yet, but things are just starting to bloom. Let me show you all the dead bees I did take out. Check this out. Let me get out of the sun. There goes all the dead bees I took out. They were soaking wet. I got over 90% of them out, so. And we're going to get cold. We're going back down into the, we're going back into a freeze again. Which is, we get 20s and frost all the way up to Mother's Day. And we get snow all the way up to Mother's Day. So we got spoiled these last couple of weeks with 60s and 70s. The bees are able to come out, do their cleansing. They're probably a little bit happier now that I cleaned it out. I got all these dead bees out. And I put a pollen patty in. Now, whether that's going to hurt them or help them is beyond me. Like I said, there is pollen available in the area right now, so. But I pray the queen is good in there and she starts laying soon, because we got to build this up. Sure as hell ain't got to worry about any swarming, that's for sure. Lots of honey in there too, more than they need. But I've got enough honey extracted for myself. I don't need any more honey, trust me. Got a ton of honey in the house. So, all right, if anything happens, I'll let you guys know, and hopefully you're having good luck. And can't believe we thought these bees were dead. They're not even out here flying. Like, you ought to have seen the bees. I didn't film. I was up at my mentor's apiary this morning. She gave me the pollen patty, and oh my God, the bees are so active up there compared to here. So, all right, well, thanks for watching.